Appreciate you joining me today. Hope you're doing well. Thought we would go ahead and look at the account of the raising of Lazarus today. Our hymn is The Unclouded Day. All right, I'm sure you're familiar with this hymn. We're in John chapter 11, and we're actually going to be looking at what happens right after this account, the reaction to it, if you will. So I hope you're familiar with the account in John 11. As you have Lazarus, you have his sisters, Mary and Martha. Lazarus becomes sick. The message is sent to Jesus, and Jesus remains where he is for a time. And because he knows what's going to happen and he knows what he's going to do. So Lazarus does pass. And then the Lord comes. He's been in the tomb 4 days, verse 17. And of course, Mary and Martha are sorrowing. You have both women saying things about the Lord. Verse 21, you have Martha's account. Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. As he goes along, you have Mary saying the same. Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. Jesus wept. Then they come to the tomb, and you have the Lord who's going to raise Lazarus. Take away the stone. Verse 41, Father, I thank you that you have heard me. Verse 43, Lazarus, come forth. And he who had died came out bound hand and foot with grave cloths, and his face was wrapped with a cloth. And Jesus said to them, loose him and let him go. And just a wonderful account as we think about Abraham's bosom, and we think about paradise, and we think about the willingness of Lazarus to come back. And coming back as his Lord had called him. Now verse 45. Then many of the Jews who had come to Mary and had seen the things Jesus did believed in him. I would hope so. But some of them went away to the Pharisees and told them the things that Jesus did. Some of them did that. That's hard to imagine, isn't it? After seeing someone who's been dead for 4 days, to run and tell the Pharisees. Now, some put the possibility out there, well, maybe they were trying to convince the Pharisees to see the error of their ways and to see it's like, well, surely you still don't think that this fella is, surely you're not still thinking evil thoughts about this man. I don't know. It doesn't say what their motivation was. All it says is some of them believed. Many believed. Okay, there's a distinction being made. Many believed, verse 45. But some of them went away to the Pharisees. I would suggest the some did not believe. If you have many who believed, that doesn't mean that everybody believed. There's still some who don't believe. That's amazing, isn't it? Some of them went and told the Pharisees. Verse 47, the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered a council and said, what shall we do, for this man works many signs? Did you hear what they said? They did not just say, this man has worked a mighty sign. They said, "This man works many signs." This isn't the only sign that they're acknowledging. It's a big one, but it's not the only one. They are freely recognizing that Jesus has done many signs. And yet, they're going to carry on. They're going to carry on in their wickedness. Can you imagine that? There were some there who witnessed Lazarus coming from the tomb, and yet they don't believe. These individuals, they freely acknowledge he's done many signs, but they're not going to be his disciples either. Verse 48, "If we let him alone like this, everyone will believe in him, and the Romans will come and take away both our place and nation." They say everyone will believe. You know what? That's not true. They're saying, if we leave him alone, it's going to convince everyone. No, it won't, because they themselves are not convinced. There were those who saw Lazarus come from the tomb, and it didn't convince them either. So the Pharisees' argument, oh, if we leave him alone, everyone's going to believe. No, they will not. They just will not. And it is exactly what we read yesterday. They have Moses and the prophets. Let them hear them. And if they're not going to hear them, they will not be persuaded though one rise from the dead. That's truth. Some people just will not be persuaded no matter what the Lord does. It will not persuade them. Why is that? It's because of what we've been talking about the last 2 days. It's because a lot of folks, many folks, most folks don't want to repent. They say, if we leave him alone, everyone will believe. A lot of folks, even then, they're believing. They're believing that Jesus is doing the works. There were certain Pharisees who believed, but they would not confess out of fear of being put out of the synagogue. See? How many of them would not repent? How many people just don't want to repent? They believe in Jesus. They believe Jesus came from the dead. They believe, but they don't want to repent. So even the Jews' idea here, oh, everyone will believe. No, they won't. No, they won't. And so it's just, as we think about the account, it's a sad account. It's a marvelous account to read about Lazarus. But remember what happens to Lazarus? He's going to have a big target on his back now. They're going to try to kill him again. They're going to think about killing him again. And then, of course, we're only within a week of Jesus. A week or so of Jesus and the cross. Things along those lines. So, appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. Join us tomorrow for another portion of our daily praise.